Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ryan here, giving my thoughts on WWE Survivor Series. The show has just concluded. I have some strong feelings about what happened at the end, so I want to give my take on that. But first, I just wanted to run through the card, give my quick thoughts on it. This might be a little bit shorter than my usual reviews, but I really want to spend time just talking about the main event and what went wrong for me, I suppose. Why, although, I was okay with parts of it, there's another part that just really bothers me. So first off, we get the pre-show stuff. I actually missed the pre-show, but Kane defeated Luke Harper and Dar Swan and Perkins defeated Daivari, Gulag, and Nice. This is, I guess, I'm just going to read the match. It's not going to be in a direct order. I'm just reading it the way the results are on Reddit. Is the best place to get quick results, so that's what I'm doing. Kendrick is able to keep the Cruiserweight Championship, and the Cruiserweight title stays on Raw for now, so that went completely as not expected. We thought that Kalisto was going to win there, but Baron Corbin obviously interfered, so who knows what's going to happen with that for now. The Miz actually retained against Sami Zayn. I thought this was a good match, and I was just really surprised and happy to see the Intercontinental title stay on SmackDown. I think that's very important that that happens. The women's team, Team Raw for the women, defeated Team SmackDown. This is one of the matches I thought SmackDown was going to get the win, but Raw did get the win here. I thought it was a very good elimination match. The tag team elimination, Survivor Series elimination match was another excellent match. And Team Raw won again, so this is where I was getting nervous because Raw was really dominating. SmackDown was kind of getting crapped on. Then, of course, the main event, which was a very long match that kind of got a little bit of it became kind of a clustermuck, as Stone Cold would say. It was very long because they had a ton of time to fill. The show still ended a half an hour early. And just so many interferences. Ambrose coming back out, Ellsworth interfering, Luke Harper interfering. Still thought it was a very entertaining match, but it was drawn out so long and they had to do so many bells and whistles that it just got a little mucky and it was a little overbooked in my opinion, but still enjoyable. Now SmackDown to get the win here, so I was really happy to see not only SmackDown win, but for Bray Wyatt to get the big win. They couldn't completely crap all over SmackDown by having Raw take all three elimination matches. So I was really happy to see SmackDown got the most important win, so that makes up for the fact that they did lose the other two. So like I said, I was nervous that they were really going to have Raw be too dominant, that they're trying to tell us this is what we really think, who's important, who's not. But obviously they gave SmackDown the win that really mattered. So I think that really evened things out. The only thing I kind of are a little iffy on was the outside dives were in full force, and the fact that they really, the tag team match had their outside dives, and they were good with that, where Heath Slater was the final one to jump on everybody from the turnbuckle, and then they pretty much did the exact same spot in the main event. So I thought that was kind of dumb to do something that repetitive. It was literally the exact same spot, and also that every Survivor Series match had that just breakdown where everybody's fighting each other. When you see that same thing happen 3 times in one night, it kind of gets old by the third time you see it. So I just thought there was a little too much overlap between all 3 of them, but mainly between the tag team and the main event one. The fact that there was 2 kind of direct spots that were basically exactly in the same match. So now on to Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. It was 2 seconds long, and Goldberg just completely dominated Brock Lesnar. And whatever. But the thing is, we know Goldberg is pretty limited. The guy's old now, and he was limited to begin with. So what the hell are they going to do? How are they going to top... not how are they going to top WrestleMania 20, but can they put on a better match than WrestleMania 20? and instead they just do this jobber match, this squash match. And that's all good and fine if there wasn't this story that had been told for over 2 years that who's going to be the first to pin Brock Lesnar, who's going to take down this immortal guy. And Goldberg, the 50 something, or I don't even know how old he actually is, but he's either 50 or pushing 50, getting close, who hasn't wrestled for over a decade. He comes in and beats Brock Lesnar in like 3 seconds. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me this guy who can just, be out of WWE, out of wrestling, comes in and beats Brock Lesnar. And if Brock Lesnar didn't have this whole beating The Undertaker streak and just crushing John Cena and crushing everyone else in his path, I would be totally fine with this. But this is just the continuation of the guys from the past are better than the guys today. They're not investing in the future of this company. And it doesn't surprise me that ratings and things like that are slowly dropping, because they keep telling us the guys from the past, what you loved back then is better than what's happening now. That's the issue. Why doesn't Samoa Joe get this victory? Why doesn't Roman Reigns? Why doesn't Roman Reigns get this win? I would much rather Roman Reigns get this win. I mean, at least that is showing that you are investing in the future. Shove them down our throats all you want. At least you're saying, hey, I'm investing in the future. And this does nothing. This does nothing, in my opinion. Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker streak. 20-something plus years in the making. And then this is how they throw that build-up away. Now, sure, they can do the Goldberg-Brock Lesnar rematch if they want to. Do it at WrestleMania. But it's art that you killed it. You killed it. Undertaker lost for nothing. Because this is how you chose to handle this. That the win from Brock Lesnar was basically Undertaker passing the torch to Lesnar, and Lesnar's going to pass that to a new guy. And instead, it's thrown away with Goldberg. It's thrown away with a match that's promoting a video game. And that's why I'm mad about this match. That's why it pisses me off. And if they're not going to invest in their own future, sure, Kevin Owens is Universal Champion. You are investing in young Roman Reigns, the Shield guys. They are all the future of this company. But to me, you're still telling us that the guys from the past are more important. They're the ones they're main eventing the show. Why are they main eventing the show? I know it's a big match, but they continually have Lesnar and guys from the past main eventing a lot of these pay-per-views whenever they're on them. And sure, maybe that is the match everyone wants to see, but I still think you put the Raw versus SmackDown elimination match last to say, hey, it's we can have the feature match all we want, but at the end of the day, it's still about these guys. These guys are who are going to be around every Monday and every Tuesday. So that's basically my thoughts on it, is just that they're not showing us how important the main event guys who are actually around, they're not showing us how important they should be. And instead, this is why we're just not nearly as invested in or at least me personally, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm not nearly invested in the guys today that I was the guys from the past. And maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and maybe it's just different if you've been watching for a long time. When you're a kid, it's easier to invest in these guys, but still, it was just a couple of years ago where I was really invested in a guy like CM Punk, and whether how he left, it doesn't really matter. I was invested in his character, but the guys of today, you don't feel the same thing for some of them. And I think getting huge wins like in these types of situations would go a long way, but instead we give it to Goldberg. I have nothing against Goldberg. It's probably he probably had no choice in this decision at all for how they were booking this. It just upsets me that they aren't doing enough to invest in the future. And this was a huge deal. This Brock Lesnar win was a huge deal, and that is my thoughts on it. I guess I'm done rambling. I think I'm just going to keep repeating myself if I keep going. So make sure to let me know what you guys thought of Survivor Series. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm totally want to hear your opinions, especially on this Goldberg Brock Lesnar situation. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. We'll be talking, myself, Juan, and Keith are going to be talking a lot more about this and the fallout of Survivor Series with Raw and SmackDown this Wednesday on the podcast. So make sure to check that out. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and I will catch you guys next time.